Greetings everybody. We're now having a look at Nasdaq100 and I've got the weekly chart open, as you guys can see. So previously we had spoken about this W structure over here, which has a neckline at around this zone over here, and we had said that the anticipation is for price to continue moving forward, or rather upwards, to around that level, because there is a very strong level of resistance, and it would also be the completion of this very nice W structure that we have over here, right? Having said that, as much as we have this very nice W structure, just also bear in mind that currently price is at a very strong area of resistance. If you look at this area over here, in my humble opinion, and that is because we had a rejection over here, we had multiple rejections here, and currently it seems as though price is rejecting at that level more or less, although it seems as if price had closed above that level. It looks like the level is still very much relevant, because what may actually happen is that price may head down to around this level to retest it, which is the neckline of this W structure, and then bounce from here and then head up again, right? So let me just actually draw that more clearly. In fact, let me start off by adding the neckline of that W structure. So there goes the neckline of that W structure, right? There we go. We just need to ensure that it is as accurate as can be, and you guys know that when it comes to W structures, ideally we would love to see price break to the upside of that neckline and then head back to the neckline to retest it, and this is where we would look for further buying opportunities, as the anticipation is for price to continue moving up, right? And that's exactly what is currently happening here at this point in time, that the market or price broke to the upside of that neckline, and then it seems as though it'll head back to the neckline to retest it, and once price gets to this point, we will look for potential buying opportunities, as the anticipation is for the market to push further up to around this level, as I'd say, right? Having said that, we just also need to, as I say, make sure that we pay very close attention to this area over here, which is, as I said, a very strong area of resistance. Just bear with me while I add this line. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Right, it's a very strong area of resistance, even though at this point it looks as though price had closed way above this zone over here, right? Nonetheless, let's proceed, right? Let's see. So what else do we see on this chart that we should be paying attention to? In fact, before we proceed, I'm just going to utilize the Fibonacci retracement tool, just to see if this particular neckline aligns with any of the key numbers that we have on the tool. So just bear with me while I look for that tool. Fibonacci. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Let's have a look. So can you guys see that this neckline of this W structure actually aligns with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level, and that is confluence in as far as looking for buying opportunities goes at this level, right? That is confluence, and as I said, okay, let me just remove this tool. As I said, number one, just bear with me. Let's see. Let me just remove this. As I said, we have number one, the W structure. Number two, we have the neckline of that W structure, and number three, we have the neckline being in alignment with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level. So that is confluence. So we need further reasons before we actually make any buying decisions at this point. However, should price get to the neckline of this W structure, we will indeed look for further buying opportunities, right? But just keep in mind that we also need confluence before making those buying decisions, right? Anyway, from here I'm just gonna head down to the daily chart, but before I do so, just also bear in mind that in the past I'd spoken about this area over here and the fact that it is carrying a lot of liquidity at that point, and due to fundamentals it is also possible that price from where it is may push further down to this level, even above this price being an area that is carrying a lot of liquidity. Remember, we also have this candlestick over here. It is a liquidity candlestick, and this one over here, which is also a liquidity candlestick. And why do I say that we have a lot of liquidity at that level, which is here? That is because we have a W structure over here, and you guys know by now that when it comes to W structures, a lot of traders and investors buy on that second leg of that W structure, and they place their stop losses just below the W structure, right? So it is quite possible that as much as we're expecting price to come back to the neckline and then push further up, what may happen is price may push down to this level to trigger that liquidity and then only push further up, right? So we just need to also make sure that we are up to speed as far as fundamentals go and what exactly is going on within the market, right? Anyway, from here let me just head down to the daily chart. Here we are on the daily chart. So what do we see on the daily chart? The first thing that I'm going to do on the daily chart is to add my daily channel. So just bear with me while I do so. Let's see, daily channel. Let's see. As I always say, we just need to ensure that our channels are as accurate as can be. Let's see. Just bear with me. I would have it in this manner. There goes my channel more or less. There we go. All right, so we are on the daily chart. So what do we see on the daily chart that is interesting or that we should be paying attention to? So on the weekly chart, we spoke about how we expect price to at least retrace to this level over here, which is the neckline of that W structure, which also aligns with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level. And I said that we should look for buying opportunities at this point, right? So what may actually happen is that price may actually bounce off this trend line over here, right? And this trend line is more or less in alignment with that 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level, and then push further up. So if that happens, that'll be further confluence in my humble opinion, because as I said, number one, we have the huge W structure, right? Number two, we have the neckline of the W structure being in alignment with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level. And we also, if it does happen, we'll have this trend line over here if price bounces off this level. That's what I mean, that is confluence, and it further adds to the reasons why we should be looking for buying opportunities at this point. Having said that, I feel that on the lower time frames we need further confirmation as to why we should be buying, right? Nonetheless, let's keep going forward. So what else do we see on this chart that we should be paying attention to? I don't see much really on this particular chart. So what I'm going to do is head down to the H4 chart. So here we are on the H4 chart. I'm just going to fix my my lines just to ensure that they are as accurate as possible. There we go. Let's see. I'm just gonna zoom in a bit as well. So what do we see on this chart that we should be paying attention to? In fact, before we continue, I'm just gonna start off by adding my channel as well on the H4 chart. Let's see. I would add it in this manner. Right, there we go, more or less. There goes our channel. So our channel, as you guys can see, confirms that on the H4 chart, we are in a downward trend, because number one, price has closed on the side of this trend line or this equidistant channel, and number two, if you actually look closely, we saw price creating, or rather having, a high over here, and then a low over here, and then a lower high over here, and then a lower low over there, right? So there is confluence that we are indeed in a bearish trend in as far as the H4 chart is concerned, right? Yeah, so here we are on the H4 chart. What else do we see? Another thing that I also see on this particular chart is the fact that we had a very nice M structure over here, right, with the neckline being there. Price closed to the bottom side of that W structure and then went back again to retest it. So we should have indeed looked for selling opportunities at that level, and our take profit should be, in my humble opinion, at least this level over here, right? As I said, yeah, and also just keep in mind that during the week, we had quickly analyzed this instrument, which is Nasdaq, and we did say that we should have looked for selling opportunities at this point, and our take profit should be this level over here, more or less, right? So yeah, that's my analysis really, as far as Nasdaq goes. Just also keep in mind that as much as I anticipate, or rather we anticipate, for price to reach this level to complete this M structure, I would love to see price come to this level actually, because this is where we have that neckline of that huge W structure that we spoke about on the weekly chart, which also aligns with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level, and this would be a very nice buy zone. However, having said that, we should indeed look for further reasons for why we should be buying at this point. I'm not saying that we should just buy at this level just by virtue of having that level be the neckline of the W structure in alignment with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level, and so on. We need further confirmation on the H4 chart and on the lower time frames, depending on where you execute, right? So that is my analysis in as far as Nasdaq100 goes. Just also make sure that you monitor fundamentals, because as I said, just to go back to the daily chart, as I said, we have a whole lot of liquidity that's actually stuck at this level over here, right? And that is because, as I said, we have this W structure, and we had some, or rather we had a lot of traders and investors buying at this level and placing their stop losses below. So price may actually come here depending on fundamentals. So we just need to make sure that we are up to speed in as far as fundamentals go. Anyway, that is my analysis, and peace out.